Hello friends, Ben and Daniel once again for Test Drive Tuesday at North Georgia Toyota in Dalton, Georgia, presenting the all-new 2024 Grand Highlander Platinum. So before we started this vlog, Daniel and myself and Greg were looking at this vehicle. We're just in awe of the features this particular vehicle offers, and we're super excited to show off this car to you guys.
Feature packed. We got the Mac Daddy out here, the Platinum. Let's do the walk around, give you guys a bird's eye view.
So come and join us. Test Drive Tuesdays, Test Drive Tuesdays.
All right, guys, we're going to throw you a curveball here on this Test Drive Tuesday. This is the all-new 24 Grand Highlander. We're going to start from the beautiful rear end of this vehicle and walk you around in the front. So as you can see, the styling, they kind of kept the Highlander DNA, but yet it's a new twist. Like we mentioned, the Grand Highlander is all new from the wheels up. So this is the bigger, better version of the Highlander. That is still in production, but in case you need that extra little bit of room for your family, this is the way to go. So the rear liftgate here is powered. You'll notice the styling is it's reminiscent, honestly, of like a newer RAV4. So like this scalped tail light here goes into the rear bumper and wraps around. You've got the very subdued Grand Highlander badging back here. Now this one is the Platinum trim, so that's where the trim will be. This one does have the available all-wheel drive powertrain, so if you're like, in our area, like in Blue Ridge in the mountains, get a little bit of snow, a couple times a year, the all-wheel drive would be a good option to look into. Power liftgate in here. Ben likes to show you where the button is, so it is in between the I and the G, like Instagram.
So follow us there.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram. Right here, North Georgia Toyota Instagram. So the power liftgate is adjustable. You do have your additional speakers here on the left and right, because this one does have the JBL Audio premium sound system. So this is your subwoofer back here. Really cool feature for your back passengers. Now we do have the third row down, so you can see the huge amount of cargo room if you're going on a beach trip, vacation, mountain trip, just a day trip, whatever. You've got plenty of room. But if you do need to utilize this for your kiddos, you can pop the third row up back here. One-handed operation, very easy to do. Pop the headrest up. You still have ample room back here for, I would say, at least 2 golf bags. 2 golf bags, a couple suitcases, stack it up here, you're going to be fine. Back hatch here that opens, you got a little bit of storage. You got your security cover storage there, your front license plate tag for the states that require a license plate in the front, your jack, and then under this plastic feature is your spare tire. So really cool that the load deck is completely flat. I'm going to go ahead and shut these back down again to show you. That'll fold back. This will fold back with one lever. Very nice, very spacious. Even the back passengers, to highlight that, you've got your AC vents back here. So climate control, even if you're in the third row, you're not banished to some faraway land without heat and air. You've got a nice padded armrest, that's soft touch, giant Yeti-sized cup holders, USB-C chargers, and you're going to be set up in the back area. You want to close this here with a button. You also have a button in the front, and then you also have it on your smart key fob. So 3 different options to lift and lower the tailgate. Closing that here, going to go around this way. This particular vehicle, the Platinum, this one is colored in the windshield pearl. It's a very exclusive premium color that does cost a little bit more, but in my opinion, when it's clean and it hits the sun like this, very well worth it. It's going to stand out. This one has the 20-inch satin black Toyota factory alloys wrapped in a Continental tire to give you that extra little bit of a stealth look, sportier look. Now you can get the chrome 20 here as well if you like that. This is just an option through us here in Southeast Toyota, this region. So you got the smart key access on all 4 doors, not just the driver door. So if you touch this and lock it with the key, I just lock the vehicle. I can do this and open it. I can open the vehicle there. This is the second row. This is where all the fun happens here, guys. This is where you got captain's chairs or a bench seat. And a Highlander, this is known as a non-paid option. So you can get this equipped however you like. Built-in sunshades for the kids, or if you yourself are back here on a family road trip, you don't want the sun blaring in on you. These are built in. They come in all trims. Now the Grand Highlander does start at the XLE Limited Platinum. So no matter if you get the base Grand or the top Grand, they all have leather, all have heated seats. So this one has a fully power adjustable leather interior. You've got the center console there for your, giant Stanley or Yeti sized cup holders. Those lay flat as well to complete the flat load floor if you would like. You know, 90% of the time you're probably going to keep those captain chairs up. Really, really nice soft touch material everywhere. Big cup holders, big places to put phones, storage. I mean, they did a great job. When you say Grand Highlander, it really is grand.
Oh yeah.
Going around to the front, you'll see more color matched everything because it's a platinum wraparound projector LED style headlights, LED style fog lights, and this giant aggressive front end on this Grand Highlander really does scream performance, luxury. I mean, it's super nice. Now this right here, you'll see this badging is the Radar Cruise. So this is a Toyota badge, but it also is a I forget what they call that material, but this is where your Radar Cruise Control actually, you know, screens through to give you that, you know, couple car lengths ahead to follow traffic, to be safer. You know, your TSS 3.0, you've got Radar Cruise, lane departure, rear cross traffic, backup camera. That stuff is standard, but it's nice to have the Radar Cruise Control. You'll see a camera here in the front grille, which is part of this optional bird's eye view camera that you'll see that's also under this rear view mirror here. So this is also one of your cameras. That pretty much wraps up the outside. Let's go ahead and kick it over to Ben. He's going to show you the interior. We'll get on the road, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Let's get after it.
Alrighty, friends, before we go and hit the road real quickly, going to show off a little bit of the interior side of the cockpit area of the passenger and the driver's side. But as you are inside, you're greeted with kind of the wood plating kind of feel, kind of a little bit of a throwback, actually. It looks really awesome here. And when it comes to your features of controlling your windows and all that good stuff, you can also have the child protection lock here, and going up and down, like one click, going all the way down and all the way up. And then you got the lock and unlock buttons here, and then the mirror control, the left and right, all that good stuff here. And as you can see here, the trunk buttons, they help you open and close, and the auto lights. And also I want to show off the gas tank button here. It's actually a legitimate button. It's not a switch. You're kind of used to switches, but all you have to do is pop in and it'll open up the gas tank on that side. Just take my word for it, because Daniel's going to have to go all the way around, but it's wide open right there. So then you also got your normal traditional switch. They'll pop your hood right over there, which Daniel will open up in a minute, and he shows off the engine when we normally take you to our normal spot. And as you can see here, you get the touch screen all there, the environmental controls. But check this out here. They're digital knobs. So when I get to control the environment, it's still your traditional throwback of knob control, but it dials digitally. That is freaking cool, if you ask me. And you also got like the modern for today's technology of the switch control of all that good stuff there too. So you got a little bit of throwback and modern when it comes to your environmental controls. So why don't we go ahead and go for a little ride here, and we'll show off some more features. So we have the infotainment center right here of the digital speedometers and all that stuff here, the engine coolant, battery control.
Our hood is open.
Our hood is, yes.
That's okay, but it shows that.
Yeah. But as Daniel said, yes, our hood is open, and we're going to close it right before we leave. But it's actually good. Sometimes it's good that the mistakes that we make on our vlogs, because it actually shows off the features of the things going off. So before we do go, I will shut that. But yes, but it's also good to show that it shows that you left your hood open and all that good stuff there. And you get the volume control of the traditional button. You can control that from the driver's side as well. It has your radar cruise control, lane departures, all those kinds of modes that you can set up here. Then, of course, there's the engine start and stop button, lightning charge, USB charger, USB-C chargers. A lot of the cars are phasing out the traditional USB chargers, and then some of them still may have at least one or two left in them, but they're phasing into the lightning chargers when it comes to your phone chargers and all that good stuff. I've been saying that a lot lately. But cup holders, your park, reverse, neutral, and drive stick here. You got your modes right here for sport, eco, sand and dirt, and normal mode. and downhill assist, which Daniel discovered it on the BZ4X in our last vlog. But you got that kind of assistance here too. Snow mode, especially if you live out in the mountains. Probably more advantaged for people who aren't from up north, or maybe in the Rocky Mountains. But you do get snow every once in a while here in the Georgia, Tennessee area. Emergency brake parking. The economy on and off engine button right here. All that good stuff. You get some more cubby space. Got to enjoy plenty of cubby space. And then you got your glove box right here and more cubby space right over here as well. Let me go ahead and I'll go ahead and shut that and let's go take this for a spin, shall we? Okay, so another thing too, there's also some seat settings I forgot to bring up to you. So you gotta have your seat settings. So it remembers that you could also adjust however you like to sit down and feel relaxed as you drive, or what feels right to you as you get onto the highway or locally in town as you drive. We're about to go back out and leave the dealership with a bird's eye view camera right here. So as you can see, as I back out, you see from the top of our vehicle here and backing out over here. All right, we're now leaving the dealership. We're not going to go incredibly fast right now until we get to the bypass, but just already it just has that quietness. You can still hear the hum of the engine, but it picks up speed when I put my foot down on the gas or accelerator, whatever you guys want to call it. So it's just a little tap. It really took it from 0 to 20 seconds, like pretty fast right there. As imagine once we hit the bypass, or how it feels on the interstate. We're not going on the interstate. Getting closed eyes detection.
I think that's some type of a driver safety system where if it detects you getting drowsy or something,
interesting,
maybe it'll beep at you and let you know, hey, it's time to pull over and take a break.
That's too scary for me. All right, we just got on the bypass and we're going to pick up some speed right here. We're trying to go no faster than 60. So the engine is still a predominantly a quiet engine, but considering it is gas engine, don't know if we mentioned it, it's 100% gas, and it's still predominantly a quiet engine. It picks up the speed from 0 to 60. Didn't really count the seconds on this particular one, but we still had to keep the traffic going. Well, we weren't fortunate enough to make a stop to go off of. But when Daniel does his first impression, we'll definitely catch how fast you go from 0 to 60. But we went from 20 to 60 under like about 5 seconds. But we're going to make our way into our normal turn spot. I'm going to check the turn radius on this thing. The advantage of the sport mode and of course the dirt and mud and sand and rock and dirt, you can definitely switch things off as you get off-road. But we're going a little off-road right now, and it is holding very, very well. It's holding. It's definitely doing more than just holding her own. She is doing amazing off-road. Doing a little turn. Then we'll turn the other side. She handles the off-road very well. Well, Daniel's going to go ahead and we're going to switch drivers here, and Daniel's going to do his first impressions and tell you what I probably have left off on my points of view and things, but I got to tell you, this is really, really awesome. I don't know if the camera will catch it, but since we're already parked...
Here, I'll let you try to show it.
I'll show off on my side if you can see it. Okay, you can barely see it. If you're right here, you can see we are parked in 0 miles an hour, but it is, I feel like we're living in a comic book, like maybe Tony Stark's car or something like that, you know, of Iron Man's car, but that is too cool. Maybe we'll try catching it when Daniel drives, but if you can see it or not in the camera, it is, you can see it right here. You can see we're parked and we're going 0 miles an hour, but you can see it right off your windshield. Very, very cool. All right, we're going to switch it over to Daniel and get his first impressions and see how it goes.
All right, guys, we're going to show you the inside, pop the hood on the all-new 24 Grand Highlander. And right here, you can see you got the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine in a turbocharged 4-cylinder. Now there's several different powertrain options in the Grand Highlander. This particular one gets about, I think, average 22 miles a gallon. There is a hybrid, and then there also is a available iForce Max hybrid, which is a little bit more powerful, a little bit more fuel economy. This one is the non-hybrid version, so it's cool to see that for the guys and gals out there that are maybe anti-battery cells, anti-hybrid technology, you can still buy the new Grand Highlander in a normal, naturally aspirated 4-cylinder gasoline engine. Everything's really clean in the engine bay. Battery is super accessible. You don't have to go over any kind of crazy body panel removal to get to it. Really nice clean cover on the engine. You got your translucent reservoirs for all your fluids. You've got your windshield wiper fluid there. Really, really clean, really, really simplified, as Toyota's known for. So enough talking, let's go on the inside and let's drive this thing. All right, guys, I'm behind the driver steering wheel of the new Grand Highlander. It's kind of interesting because me and my wife do own an XLE version of the Grand Highlander, so very familiar layout. We've got probably 2,500 miles on ours so far, so definitely gotten some time behind the wheel. I have not driven a higher trim like a Limited or a Platinum. The stuff that stands out to me that is very, very DNA-ish of the Highlander brand for Toyota is this shelf that's in front of Ben. This is very, very unique to the Highlander brand in Toyota. The sliding console, again, without a lid that opens, the sliding console. It's just cool to see that they kept the core DNA of the vehicle, even with the all-new Grand Highlander. Stuff that we didn't go over is the pano roof. So this is an available option. You've got the sunroof that goes over the driver and passenger, but you'll see the sunshade keeps going to the back as well. For the passengers, you do have the pano roof section. Let's see if I can... We'll close just the glass and then keep, yeah, so there's the panel roof in its glory. You've got the outside, but also enjoying the inside with the climate control. Big, giant touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You've got heated and ventilated seats that we've already touched on. The center stack here is very driver-centric, dual zone climate, USB lightning ports. I can do an on-demand rear, surrounding of the Grand Highlander. It's really, really cool. That's the bird's eye view cameras, stitching all of those pieces together that they're capturing and showing you the inside and outside of exactly where we're parked at. So it's really cool, man. Driver-centric buttons here again, as we mentioned before, infotainment, safety features, lane departure warning, radar cruise control, the gaps between the cars. You've got your stick for your windshield washer fluid, all of those features. Heated steering wheel, super nice to have. So you've got the steering wheel function here. Memory seats, automatic down and up on your, actually all of the windows are automatic. So no matter what you do, down or up on any one of those is one touch. So I'm not touching it, they're all closing. So it's really, really cool, man. The features in this thing is nice. The 2.4 liter 4-cylinder, very, very peppy. I'm gonna go ahead and put it into sport mode, which we actually were already in sport mode. So, I mean, the throttle response is crazy good. Now, this thing is an SUV, so don't be afraid to take it to your local campground or road trip down to Florida in the mountains. You can do anything you want to in this vehicle. And before we get on the highway, I should probably buckle. There we go.
Good thing it shows it works.
Yeah, good thing it works.
So, and I accidentally unbuckled myself. There you go.
So this thing absolutely gets up and goes. You can hear that 2.4 liter working just as good as any of the V6s that were in the Highlanders in the past. This thing runs like a dream, man. Very smooth, very quiet ride. The only thing I can actually hear is the fans working on the AC system, which is awesome today because it's already up to the low 80s. We've been blessed with some good weather here in North Georgia.
Oh, yes.
Had a few storms, but actually today is gorgeous. As you can see, the heads-up display you guys can't see, but Ben showed you a little bit. It gives me the lane departure warning, the lane trace.
Yeah, you can't really see it unless you're still.
Yeah, I can't see it, but the data that it's giving me is it's showing me what gear we're in, how fast we're going, the lane departure and the cruise control functions. Everything you need to know on the fly right there. So I can stay heads up. That's one thing, again, to mention in the Grand Highlander is the driving angles, the visibility, the drivability of the car. The hood slopes perfectly where I can see great visibility. I can see my blind spots. And again, this car has blind spot monitoring, but power mirrors, heated mirrors. And the room back here, if you want to show them the room while we're driving.
Oh, yeah.
Second row, plenty of leg room. We we looked at the spec, and I want to say this is accurate. Of course, guys, you know, mark this with an asterisk. The regular Highlander length is 197 inches. I want to say this one is 201, 202 inches. I think it's 4 inches of difference as far as the length goes. It's 2 inches wider. So that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when you're on the inside of this vehicle, you know, 4 inches extra in some leg room in the third row is going to be huge for those third row passengers. So not only is the third row, you know, not only geared towards smaller children on vacation, you could throw anybody back there, full-size man or woman back there will be comfortable. You got your own AC and all the features we covered previous in the video. But the third row is not a banishment anymore. It's actually it's a nice place to sit on a road trip.
The most perfect road trip vehicle that you could possibly ask for is this particular. All right, friends, we're back at the dealership, and that concludes today's Test Drive Tuesday adventure. Wow, I gotta tell you, Daniel, this car is awesome.
Yeah,
like,
it's the #1 family vehicle, in my opinion, in the Toyota lineup right now.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more, my friend. But I gotta tell you though, I guess we're blessed that we got the Highlander, because every time there's a Highlander on the lot and we're getting ready to shoot it, it's gone just like that. So luckily there was a couple on the lot that just got off the truck earlier this week. So I told Daniel, like, we're taking advantage of this now. So hot item here at North Georgia Toyota. Definitely want to check out the Highlander if you have a family or you want to have some just a luxury SUV. Then this is a car for you. Come down to North Georgia Toyota. We'd love to have you come by. Come see us if you want to say hello. We'll point you to the right direction, to the right people to speak to put you in one of these things. And my friends, that is all for today. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for all things Toyota here at the dealership and all the fun articles I post for you guys to read, or it's maybe some fun videos here and there. Like I said before, we got some future body shop content. I got to make things work with that. And let's do our podcast, Wheels and Deals, starring myself and Daniel. Thank you guys for those who have been listening through YouTube or Spotify or on Google. So be sure to tune in any way, shape, or form for that podcast. Other than that, guys, that is it on my end. Daniel, have anything else to add on?
Come see us, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, every Tuesday, Test Drive Tuesdays. We'll see you guys next time.